going to look at 6 different types of capacitors, 6 different construction methods. First one is the stack plate. Then we've got rolled capacitors, electrolytic, variable, ceramic, and solid. First one is the stack plate, and we usually put an insulator such as mica in between each pair, and by stacking them we can increase the capacitance because we're increasing the overall area. A mica stack capacitor would be used where temperature stability was important. The rolled capacitor has foil inside an insulator, and these layers are rolled up into a tight canister shape. Gives a very large plate area because of all that rolled up foil, and a very small distance between the plates because of the thin nature of the material, and so it gives a very high capacitance. Paper can be used as a dielectric, and they're commonly used for power factor correction and single phase motor starting. Both of those things we'll look at in level 3. Electrolytic capacitors are a type of rolled capacitor, but they use a different type of dielectric. They use an oxide layer. Now this oxide layer only forms when the capacitor is connected correctly. So if you look at this capacitor here, you see the negative sign here. This is the negative sign of the capacitor, this is the positive. If this is put in incorrectly, then this oxide layer doesn't form, and we get a short circuit between the two sides, and that capacitor will blow. So it must be connected correctly. The oxide film is extremely thin, so the plates are very close, so that distance between the plates is very small, and so it gives a very high capacitance. Commonly used in smoothing circuits to smooth out AC ripple to produce a DC supply, and we'll look at that when we look at diodes in the next section. Variable capacitor has a fixed part of the capacitor and a moving part, rotating part, and what we can do, we can rotate this rotor to change the capacitance because it changes the area that is common to the two plates. The dielectric used is usually air. In this case, in this photo, it's air, and it will be used for radio tuning. Ceramic capacitor is the one that looks like the circuit symbol the most. We've got the dielectric in the middle, and we've got silver plating on the outside. So the silver plating is the plates, and the dielectric is the ceramic in the middle. Mica capacitors are also a form of ceramic capacitors, and they're again plated with silver, and they're used in ultra high frequency applications where high accuracy is required. The solid tantalum, now these are another form of electrolytic capacitors, and so they must be connected with the correct polarity, positive and negative. They too have a very thin layer of dielectric, and so for a very small capacitor they can give a high value of capacitance. They're used in portable phones, compact computers, and automotive electronics. This is just an overview of the different capacitors, so the 6 capacitors, the type of dielectric used, and the uses of them.